Yo, it's the Elohim, the Mellow Mystic, Lord Emmanuel, Chief of Simonicanation, Spike and Star Seed, the wheat in the Virgin's hand, the Nagai Serpent. You know what I mean? Check this out though. I wanted to come and give a few of the steps you would need to take in order to create your own governmental structure or your own tribal customs, tribal government, or your own micronation. Because when it comes to true sovereignty, true sovereignty, you have your own state. Your people have your own customs that no one can impede on. We living in a time right now where your rights are being taken more and more every day. Well, your rights, if you're a U.S. citizen, you don't have any rights. You have privilege. You have revocable privileges that they taking away more and more every day. Living in a time where they making people, making it seem like it's mandatory for people to do certain things in this illusion, in this matrix that people don't really got to do. But if they consent to it, then yeah, they got to. You know? They got people out here paying mortgages that they ain't got to pay. You got people that you got people that's out here taking on car payments, fraudulent fraudulent car financing, double dipping, and people just going along with it though. I'm gonna go ahead and just get into some of these pointers real quick on how to create your own micronation. Some of the essential, the essentials. So, creating a micronation is part nation building, part philosophy, part community project, and part creative expression. Some micronations are symbolic and artistic, while others attempt to establish functioning systems of governance, economies, culture, and diplomacy. So, first thing you want to do is define your vision. You know, you want to start by asking, why does this micronation exist? What values does it stand for? Is it spiritual, political, cultural, educational, indigenous, artistic, or experimental? And see, this is like, you know, as a sovereign, you the sky ain't even the limit. really, when it comes to how you want to do some shit, you do it however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Is it meant to be online only, land based, or both? And here's some examples. You've got cultural preservation, spiritual community, sovereign philosophy, eco village development, indigenous restoration, alternative economics, artistic and social experiment. So this becomes your founding purpose. Like so many ways you could go at it. It's just up to your frequency, really. And you get to that by going within. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to the frequency you agreed to vibrate on when you came here, your mission is going to unlock for sure. You know what I mean? It's going to be crystal clear. But, you want to choose a name. Your nation needs a national name, a demonym, uh, or what citizens are called, and optional motto and seal. So, an example structure, you got the nation name, boom. Is it a, is it a republic? It could be a republic, kingdom, federation, empire, tribal confederation, commonwealth, temple state, free territory. You know what I'm saying? However you want to go about structuring your government. You may also create a flag, coat of arms, national anthem, national symbols. Then you want to write a founding declaration. This is your birth document, the birth of the nation. Usually includes a declaration of existence, a statement of principles, the purpose of the nation, the rights of the citizens or the nationals, jurisdictional philosophy, and territorial claim. You could title it Declaration of Sovereignty, Charter of Nationhood, Founding Covenant, National Constitution, Declaration of Political Status. You know, like I said, however you want to go about, there's many ways. It ain't just one fixed way, like you got to do this and that. It's really customizing your own jurisdiction. Then you want to establish governance, decide how the nation functions, possible systems, monarchy, constitutional monarchy, republic, tribal council, spiritual council, democracy, meritocracy, hybrid systems. Then you want to define leadership roles, succession, voting systems, if any, uh, ministries or departments, judicial structure, and the rights of the nationals or citizens. Common ministries like foreign affairs, treasury, agriculture, culture, education, communications. Then you want to create citizenship. Determine if, you know, it's up to you if you want anyone to join. It could be a nation of one. It could be a population of one, and still be legit. And you're gonna see how what really legitimizes your micronation. But so you could determine who can join, requirements for citizenship, dual citizenship policy, oaths or pledges, membership classes, optional documents, citizenship certificate, national ID card, passport style booklet, and registry records. Then you want to define territory. Most micronations fall into one of these categories: symbolic territory, claim exists, claim exists philosophically or ceremonially, private land based, nation exists on privately controlled land, digital territory, online only nation with virtual governance, and indigenous and ancestral claim connected to heritage, stewardship, or traditional ties to land. Now, for me personally, you know, anything you own, you could claim as the territory of your nation. I actually chose my automobile to claim my automobile as the territory of my nation. So it's also a mobile micronation. So it's foreign territory anywhere I go. It's foreign territory moving about through private and foreign territory moving about in the public realm. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody to, for any other jurisdiction to try to fuck with me would be severely costly. You know what I mean? And they know that shit. They know it would be severely costly because you don't. That's that's just like going into somebody else's country and shit. Then you want to build a legal structure. Some micronations create trusts, associations, religious organizations, educational institutions, private memberships, nonprofits, cultural societies. This can help organize activities lawfully within existing jurisdictions. Then you want to develop national systems. You can create currency, banking concepts, trade systems, postal system, courts, arbitration, uh, education systems, national holidays, agricultural projects, community land trusts. Some micronations focus heavily on culture and symbolism. Others focus on functioning institutions. Then you want to establish a digital presence. Most modern micronations begin online. You can create a website, constitution archive, citizen portal, social media, national map, public announcements, diplomatic contact page. And then here's a this one is key. Create diplomatic relations. You can contact other micronations, form treaties, exchange ambassadors, and participate in micronational communities. There are active micronation networks online with summits, cultural exchanges, and collaborative projects. So this is when you can get a formal treaty with another micronation or another tribe, indigenous tribe, or with a actual, on a rare occasion, with a recognized nation. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? For your micronation to be legit, you have recognition from another micronation. So, shouts out to the kingdom of Pabasip in northern Ohio, right around the corner. Uh, who entered into a formal treaty with Simonicanation in 2025. So shouts out to Prince Philip J of the Kingdom of Pobasa. I'm looking to do more, looking to establish more confederacies and treaties with other nations and indigenous tribes as we move forward into creating this in this new energy and creating some new shit on some sovereign 5D and above shit. And finally, there's people around here um, who are building their own governance and ready to uh, enter into confederacies and treaties, work together, and build. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Billy D created his own nation. Shouts out to King Tut created his own nation and estate planning uh, entity. You know, helping people set up trusts and get their estates, claim their estates, and move into private, operate through trust. You know, without the United States, because together we get to the point where we don't need none of that shit, none of that shit. We got our own shit. People can't vibrate there. It ain't a lot of people that vibrate there on that frequency though. But it's a lot of motherfuckers that vibrate in fear, vibrate on the narrative of racism and shit. Whatever narrative these motherfuckers put out on the TV or on the internet, just continuously and perpetually creating the narrative of the beast. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, when is people gonna get tired of that shit, man? Like Seven Bomar said, if you didn't get your shit together by now, if you didn't come to and realize what the fuck is going on and who you are by now, you needed this shit to get this bad. You needed to get this fucking bad. Cause we need y'all to wake. We need y'all to wake up. We need y'all to get on this shit. We need y'all to stop creating for the beast. We need y'all to come out of her, my people. You know, this like the final curtain call for that shit though. Real shit. You know, but hey, shit. I'm just the Elohim, the Mellow Mystic, Lord Emmanuel, Chief of Simonica Nation, Spiker Star Seed, the wheat in the Virgin's hand.